Welcome to Maths for All. I'm Aisling Flynn. This is integers 1.3. We're going to look at multiplication and division with integers. So first, multiplication. Remember from natural numbers that multiplication is a fast way of adding the same number many times. So we had the example of 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 equals 12, or 4 times 3 equals 12. Let's look at that with negative numbers. Okay, consider all the negative 2's. Minus 2, minus 2, minus 2, minus 2, minus 2. So together they all result in minus 10 total. But we could write that more shortly in multiplication as 5 times minus 2 gives me minus 10. Likewise, if we do minus 5 minus 5, it gives me a total of minus 10. And we could write that as 2 multiplied by minus 5 equals minus 10. Okay, so we'll come back and look at these results a little later. And let's look at division. Remember that division is the reverse of multiplication. And using the results on the previous slide, we're just going to look at the reverse of that. So if you take minus 10, you divide it into 5 equal parts. So minus 10 divided by 5, well, the answer is minus 2. It took 5 of those to make minus 10. And if you take minus 10 and you divide it into 2 equal parts, minus 10 divided by 2, the answer is minus 5. Now let's look at the results of some of these, okay, based on what we've just done. So 8 minus 2's will be minus 16. 9 minus 4's, minus 36. Minus 11 times 2, so you have 2 minus 11's, is minus 22. And the next one is just regular natural numbers. They're both positive. 11 times 2 is 22. Minus 3 times 12, minus 36. And the last one, 7 times minus 10 there, gives me minus 70. So they're all multiplications. If we look to the right at divisions, minus 8 divided by 2 is minus 4. 33 divided by 11, they're both natural numbers. Answer is plus 3. 60 divided by minus 5, minus 12, and so on. Okay. Now, so let's look next at multiplying two negatives. And this is probably the hardest part to get. So recall from when we were adding and subtracting that taking a negative resulted in a positive. So we had the example, minus minus 4 gives plus 4. Now what if we repeated that a few times? So we have minus minus 4, so take minus 4 once, take minus 4 twice, takes minus 4 a third time. Well, for short, couldn't we have written, well, firstly changing your two negatives to plus, right? Plus 4 plus 4 equals 12. And what have we done? We've taken minus 4 3 times, okay? So we've done minus 3 multiplied by minus 4. We've taken, so that's the minus at the front, your minus 4 3 times. Minus 3 times minus 4. And it gives me a plus 12. So you see there, a negative multiplied by a negative has given us a positive result. Okay, so when you multiply two negatives, you get a positive result. And here's another example. Minus 5 by minus 6 equals 30. So let's just review there. For multiplication, 5 times 2 is 10. Yes, we know that. We saw on the very first slide that 5 by minus 2 is minus 10, and minus 5 by 2 is also minus 10. But most recently we saw that two negatives, minus 5 by minus 2, gives a positive, equals plus 10. So on the left, we have two cases where the signs are the same. So you've +5 and +2 at the top, -5 and -2 at the bottom, and they both give +10. On the right, we have one positive and one negative, and they give us -10. Okay, so we can summarize to say that if the things you are multiplying have the same signs, you get a positive answer, and if they have different signs, you have a negative answer. And here's just a summary sheet. So the rules are the same for multiplication and division because they are the reverse of each other. The two numbers have the same signs, you get positive or plus. If the two numbers have different signs, you get negative or minus. What about this one? I have -3 multiplied by 10 divided by -15. The brackets there just to emphasize that it's -15. Well, in this case, you work from left to right and you only do one thing at a time. So -3 by +10 gives me -30, and I have yet to divide by -15. So -30 divided by -15, well, the signs are the same, so my sign will be plus, and 30 divided by 15 is 2, so I get the answer +2. Now it's time for you to try it. There'll be a quick quiz to try a multiplication and division, and of course followed up by your written exercises. Thanks for